Good morning, my little jellyfish. Welcome, Mrs. Moran's class. This is going to be our first read aloud. We are leaving off with The Wild Robot. You guys are definitely behind my class. You guys are on chapter 21. My class is on chapter 40. So we're going to try to do one or two chapters of these per day. I might do a little bit more with you guys just to get you guys caught up. But before anything else, hope you guys are hanging in there. I miss you guys like crazy. I would much rather be looking out like this and seeing all of your wonderful faces than talking into a camera by myself. So, like I said, though, we're going to try to have fun. We're going to try to get to our normal, but we're going to start with The Wild Robot. Chapter 21, the introduction. I guess before we start, we left Roz. Roz was camouflaging herself. She was walking around doing all sorts of things. There was this super cool picture of her where she just shoved all of the plants and flowers over her and she put flowers on her eyes. Normally looks like this. And she's just been observing and learning what animals do and kind of actually learning their languages. So we need to skip right ahead to chapter 21, the introduction. There was an hour each morning in the dim light of dawn when all the island animals were safe. You see, long ago they had agreed not to hunt or harm one another during that hour. They called it the dawn truce. Most mornings, the island residents would gather in the great meadow and spend an hour chatting with friends. Of course, not everyone attended these gatherings. The bears had never made an appearance, and the vultures just circled high above. But on this particular morning, an unusually large group of animals had come out to discuss some important news. Settle down, everyone. I have something to say. Swooper the owl hooted to the crowd from the lowest branch of a dead tree. Last night, I saw a mysterious creature right here in the great meadow. It seemed to be covered in grass, so I couldn't get a good look at it. But I think it may have been our monster. Looks of concern swept over the crowd. What was the creature doing? Said Dart the Weasel. It was speaking, said Swooper. It kept repeating the same words over and over again, but each time it sounded a little different. At first, it sounded like a cricket. Then, it sounded like a raccoon. And then, it sounded like an owl. What was it saying? Said Dig Down the Groundhog. I could be mistaken, said Swooper. But I think it was saying, hello, my name is Roz. The crowd began to chatter. Just where was this creature? Said Fink the Fox. Everyone turned as the owl slowly pointed his wing to the grassy lump in the meadow. It was a rather ordinary grassy lump until it began to move. As you probably guessed, that grassy lump was Roz. She had been there the whole time, camouflaged, watching, listening, and with all the animals looking at her, she decided to introduce herself. The crowd stared in disbelief as the grassy lump started shaking and bulging upward and crumbling apart. And there was the robot. Then, using her body and voice, the robot spoke to the animals in their own language. Hello, my name is Roz. The crowd gasped. Swooper flooded up from his branch and screeched, It's the monster! I'm not a monster, said Roz. I am a robot. A flock of sparrows suddenly took off. Leave us alone, squeaked Dart as he crouched low in the grass. Return to whatever horrible place you've come from. I have come from here, said Roz. I have spent my whole life on this island. Why haven't you spoken to us sooner? Screeched the owl from higher up on the tree. I did not know the animal language until now, said the robot. Crown Point the buck had heard enough, and he slipped into the forest with his family. So what do you want from us? Growled Fink. I have observed that different animals have different ways of surviving, said the robot. I would like each of you to teach me your survival techniques. I'm not going to help you, screeched the owl from the very top of the tree. You seem so unnatural. The monster is just waiting to gobble us up, shrieked Dig Down, and the groundhog disappeared in the hole. I will not gobble anyone up, said Roz. I have no need for food. You don't need food? Fink relaxed a bit. Well, I need food, and lots of it. Why don't you make yourself useful and find me some food? What would you like me to do? Said Roz. Can you hunt? The fox smiled at the hare on the far side of the gathering. It's almost time for breakfast. I cannot hunt, but I could gather berries. The fox's smile disappeared. Berries? I'm hungry for meat, not berries. Good luck to you, Roz. You're gonna need it. And the fox trotted away. Roz looked up at the tree, but the large owl had gone. And when the robot looked down again, she realized that everyone else had gone too. Chapter 22. The New Word. The new word was spreading across the island. The word was Roz. Everyone was talking about the robot, and they wanted nothing to do with her. I don't think I'll ever feel comfortable knowing that Roz is on the prowl. I hope Roz camouflages herself as a rock. Forever. Shh! There's Roz now. Let's get out of here. Roz wandered the island, covered in dirt and green growing things, and everywhere she went, she heard unfriendly words. The words would have made most creatures quite sad, but as you know, robots don't feel emotions, and then in these moments, that was probably best for her. I know that was a real quick chapter, but we are going to stop for there just in case we have some technical difficulties trying to upload this. How do you think Roz was feeling when every single person was talking about her? I know it kind of said that she's a robot and she doesn't have emotions, but think about how you would feel if people were talking about you. Anyways, miss you guys. We'll do more of this. We're going to try to post every single day with a read aloud. It won't always be this book. I got all sorts of books back here. I probably brought too many books home, but I miss you guys and I want to keep it about as normal as I can. So I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.